Hey, Mike Cameron here. I'm going to give you my honest opinion about Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Let's get into it. Hey, how you doing? Mike Cameron here, Cameron Academy of Real Estate, Cameron Realty Group, Confessions of a Young Millionaire, YouTubers, young millionaires out there, how you doing? Today is going to be a short video. First of all, I'm soaking wet because I was outside. The weather is good now, but Hurricane Irma is coming if you've been watching the news, and we are preparing for it just like anybody else. But my video today is going to be short. I wanted to give a video review of this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk. And my opinion of him at first was not a good one. I saw him on social media, on my news feeds, and I just thought he was annoying. I thought, how could anybody take this guy seriously? The way he talks, and high-strung, high-pitch, and very vulgar too, and not language that I'm used to using on a normal basis. But he was on my radar because he's got to be doing something right. I'm thinking in the back of my mind. He's on all my social media feeds. He's got YouTube videos and interviews with Tony Robbins. I mean, how could Tony Robbins see somebody like this as a value to his brand unless he was doing something right? So I did some more research before I gave my full opinion on video, and I gotta tell you, I was impressed. So impressed enough where he basically won me over. I bought his book which is called Crush It, on Audible, and I listened to it to and from work. And just, if you don't know anything about me, it's very hard for me to sit down in one place. I'm always moving, I'm always on the go. So audiobooks are my preference, and if I have to, obviously I'll sit down and read a book if the knowledge is going to provide value to me in my profession and industry. But I prefer to listen to audiobooks, especially with motivational. And man, actually just thinking about it, he narrated the whole thing. I mean, that's not a small task whatsoever. So I definitely respect him for doing that, for putting the book together. He's actually put together I think a few more books too. I believe he has some ghostwriters involved, but I mean, it's his life, his experiences, and somebody must have followed him around and put together everything for him. I mean, it was really well put together. And I'm going to tell you my honest review of the book was, it was a good one. It was a positive one because I planned on doing these video blogs eventually, and kind of putting my life out there into existence. And I think I have some interesting things to talk about, and I wanted to share that with you guys, and knowledge. And that's the industry I'm in. I own the #1 real estate school in Central Florida. I help so many people out on site, but I wanted to touch the world, and I wanted to touch the rest of the state. So I figured this is the best way to do that in social media. So the only way to help people is to have a large audience, and to build my audience and platform, I needed some help. So I'm still probably not doing things right. I'm recording on my phone when I should be recording on a separate recording device, some type of video recorder, but I'm just not doing it. I think this is a little bit more convenient for me. So I mean, you can condemn me for that or not. And I bought a microphone, and I'm not using it right now because I stopped. I'm not in traffic, and even when I use a flipping microphone, it's not up to standard. So I'm still working on this thing. But man, he gave specific strategies on how to market yourself on social media, and it resonated with me because I wanted to build my brand on this platform and help people out, as many people as I can. So I think this is the best way to do it. So Gary V, if you're listening, this is a positive review, and I appreciate all that you shared with me. He was actually really on my radar after I watched a video that he did for Inman News, I believe, and he was a guest speaker, and he was talking to established and newly licensed real estate professionals, and how to separate yourself from competition with social media. And he really gave specifics there. So it kind of fueled my curiosity, and then I did more research, and now I really like the guy, and I respect the hell out of his hustle. I really do. But one thing he said resonated with me: you're never gonna out hustle me. and that's his mindset, and that's how I think. I've even before he mentioned it to me, I always thought that you're never gonna outwork me, you're never gonna out hustle me, and I'm always gonna be on my tippy toes. I'm always going to have my head on a swivel, because you never know when the next opportunity is going to arise, and we see corrections in the market, and you have to be ready for it. Another book I am listening to, and I advise this book. I mean, I like it so far. I just started listening to it. It's Tony Robbins' Unshakable. And I'm guilty of not listening to his first one, or reading his first one, which was, I think, Money Masters or something like that. Maybe somebody can correct me, but I do want to eventually get to that book. And I've listened to a few other people of influence. Who else did I listen to? Dale Carnegie. I've listened to 7 Habits of Highly Influential People. Of course, Robert Kiyosaki is a good one too, just to name a few. So if you want to start there, actually, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is, I read that actually in high school, and it really kind of changed the way I think. And then I actually revisited it later on. I downloaded it as an audiobook, because I don't think I took it that seriously when I was a little bit younger. And now it really resonated with me. And he's all about real estate. I mean, if you talk to any professional, successful entrepreneur out there, then they'll tell you the same thing. Real estate is the game. Real estate is where it's at. So hopefully you agree with me, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. With that being said, signing off. Be safe out there. Hurricane Irma is coming, so be prepared in the best way you know how, and be close to the people you care about most. Signing off. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your productive day.